Alright guys, the day has finally come that we'll have a trailer for WWE 2K15 as IGN have just posted the first teaser trailer featuring John Cena and Randy Orton as part of their IGN First coverage, and you can find a link to that in the video description. On top of that, we'll also have some new details on some of the changes to this year's gameplay, so let's take a look at some of the screenshots from the trailer and talk about the changes to the gameplay in 2K15. As we take a look at this first screenshot, we can see that we now have an incredibly realistic Monday Night Raw arena that features a much better crowd than anything that we've seen before. The crowd are made up of a lot of different models of all different shapes and sizes, with various coloured shirts to resemble a real crowd and not the same repeating models that we've seen in the past. As we switch to some of the closer shots, we see Cena and Orton staring each other down just like in the screenshots that have been released over the past week, with both men looking incredibly realistic and the quality of the textures being evident even on the back of Cena's head, where you can actually see single strands of hair. As we cycle through some more of the screen caps that show Cena's face from different angles, you can see just how well the scan tech has captured the shape of his head, giving us a true to life, highly realistic and quite angry John Cena. The same can be said for Randy Orton, as his model looks amazing and in some of the angles it actually looks better than the screenshots that were seen last week. So while we continue to cycle through some of these screenshots, let's talk about the changes to the gameplay. First off, one of the changes this year is how we start a match. Generally on TV, both superstars would lock up and someone will come out on top and hit the first move, and that's something that 2K are bringing in this year. So instead of unrealistically starting a match by hitting a grapple move, your actions will be more limited, and using the grapple button will instead send you into a lock-up position where you'll have a kind of mini-game to gain control. To do this, you'll play what is kind of like a game of rock, paper, scissors as you press one of 3 buttons, then whoever wins will gain control of the hold and move on to the next stage where you'll have to rotate the analog stick to find a sweet spot. At this point, it's said that the player with the advantage can grab or block any limb at the fingertips as they look to hit the first move. For people worried about how this sounds, it's only like this at the beginning of a match, and your regular grapple moves will come into play after the initial stages, and you'll also still be able to hit run moves or Irish whip your opponent, you just won't be able to go straight into a grapple. As for the grapple moves, another major change is the 4 main grapple holds have been removed, but from IGN's article it's not clear if the transition holds have been removed entirely and we can execute moves without the need to grapple first, or if they've simply changed the holds that lead to performing the moves. Other changes to the gameplay have seen the speed of strikes lowered to a more realistic pace, and new animations added that you'll see based on the distance and size difference between players, so players don't warp into certain positions. Smaller changes also see a difference in the speed players are Irish whipped into the ropes and climb the turnbuckle, which again makes for much more realistic gameplay. The changes don't just stop there, as we'll also have a new energy system, so if you spend your time running around and throwing strikes, you'll become more tired and more prone to your opponent's attacks, where if you wrestle a more balanced way and don't keep spamming strikes, then you'll conserve energy and be in a much stronger position. So there you go, we'll have a short teaser trailer with some new screenshots taken from it and a lot of info on the changes to this year's gameplay, which seem to show that 2K are going for more of a simulation route than the more arcadey, fast-paced action of the past games, which might be a scary thought for some, but I kinda like the sound of it and I can't wait to try it out and see how it plays. So let me know what you think of the teaser trailer and all the new gameplay changes in the comments, and I'm sure I'll be back with more on the game soon. Until next time, I'll catch you later.